Good evening, William here. Just going to quickly go through the UK Railway Datafile 2016 edition with you. Big major update is that the book now has a website, which is www.ukdatafile.com, where you can order a copy online. Inside cover stays the same with the website updated, and the chapters book is up to date as of the 11th of January 2016. Section 1 is mainline stock, 1.1 locomotives, 1.2 diesel units, 1.3 electric units, 1.4 coaches, 1.5 trams and 1.6 underground. Section 2 preserve stock, 2.1 locomotives, 2.2 steam engines, 2.3 units, 2.4 coaches, 2.5 trams, 2.6 preserved underground stock. Section 3 is industrial locomotives, 3.1 diesel and electric, 3.2 steam. Section 4, wagons, 4.1 engineers stock, 4.2 private owner wagons, 4.3 air braked stock, 4.4 RIV foreign stock, 4.5 preserved wagons and 4.6 preserved engineers. And the final chapter, Section 5, reference, is your reference codes. So moving into 1.1, we have locomotives given by their class, their number 08648, previous number that used to carry any other numbers, the colour scheme for this one black with orange stripe, so current owner bars, its current location at Heaton TMD, and its status is active, and any notes or names. The name for this one is Old Jeff. Of note, names are in italic and notes are of normal text. Moving through, as you can see, some names are bigger, so they are spaced appropriately with the name on the end. Moving through to things like Class 70s and your recent rebuilds, the 73/9s. The codes that are used for the operators are listed in the back in full in Section 5. We also have exported and imported mainline locomotives. So here we have the exported Class 66s with their RIV codes, their original number, again colour scheme, owner, the standard location of delivery or main maintenance depot, which is difficult to narrow down, and again statuses and names. Finally, in Section 1.1, we have Eurotunnel Locomotives. So these are listed all of your Eurotunnel stock, which runs between Ashford and France. Section 1.2, Diesel Multiple Units. We have, again, starting from the 121s. There has been some update in addition to this section, with a few other 121s of departmental use. They are not listed in Section 4.1 Engineers. They are listed in 1.2 Diesel Multiple Units. As I say, the theme has been retained through. The main difference between the unit section is that we have variants as well, 150/2, 150/9. It also gives you the coach numbers there, and any previous unit numbers that any units used to carry. Again, colour scheme, operator, main depot, and active status. That theme is carried throughout in electric multiple units, where we can see here, moving on to the page of Eurostar Units 373-001 and 365 units out of London King's Cross there. The deliveries have been hard to keep up to date, but they are up to date as of the 11th of January. Made sure when flicking through and updating. Class 374 coaches do have prefixes there, foreign stock, and they are listed there. Easy to understand and well laid out. Coaching stock has had a good update to them. here. So this is a page falling on Mark 3. So Mark 3, Mark 3A, Mark 3B if there are, Mark 2E, Mark 2F, etc. Number 10274, previous number 10255 and 10055. Again, the section here listed gives you the coach code. So RFM, Restaurant First Modular. And then you've got your colour scheme code, your operator, again, standard depot, status, and any notes. Moving through to section 1.5, which is trams. Hasn't received much of an update apart from keeping the information up to date. The layout remains the same. Number, type, colour scheme, operator, depot or last known location, status, and names or notes. And finally, underground, which although hasn't really changed much apart from the information, remains the same in that same layout format for number pairings. Section 2.1, preserved, falls into the same format, with the exception of the owner has been changed to wheel set, as it is extremely difficult to detail every single owner and who actually owns specific stock. Some may think stock is owned by the East Lancashire Railway, for example, where they are actually privately owned by a single individual or conglomerate. Section 2.2, preserved steam locomotives, they're listed. That has been given a thorough going over. There were duplicates found, where some numbers, like 350, were actually 30350, for example. So they have been thoroughly double checked to make sure that the information is accurate and not duplicated. We've got new builds, exported and imported there as well, with full data for imported stock. That was very difficult to find, but that has been updated. Section 2.3, preserved units, goes from the unit coach number rather than the unit number itself. So class 205, a 60110 coach number, that's unit 205205 if a unit number is carried. Coach type, location, colour scheme, and the status and name or notes. Section 4, preserved coaches, has had a major update. That was being revamped in full. Took another 6 months to complete. Again, that follows the same format with previous numbers, coach code, location and colour scheme. Quite a heavy section, 2.4, preserved coaches. And this is also mirrored in sections 2.5 and sections 2.6. Preserved trams with imported and exported as well there. And London Underground stock preserved. Chapter 3 is industrial locomotives, as we discussed. This section remains the same with the exception of just general updates. We have carryable number 01567. And then we have the number that was assigned by the builder, 276V. That's its works number. Its wheel formation is a 4-wheel diesel hydraulic. Builder Thomas Hill. And location TJ Thompson's of Stockton. Names or notes along with. However, there is no status codes in here as they have been extremely difficult to find. That will come in another year's book. 3.2, industrial steam, again follows the same format as previous. And then we move into section 4, wagons. Section 4, wagons. 4.1, track machines and engineers wagons. We've got the prefix DR that separates it against any registered wagons or other stock on the network. 73934, that's a ZWA. It's an 08-16 4x4 C100RT Tampa liner. White, blue and orange colour scheme, and that status is active. They also have ballast handling train hoppers in here as well, along with the engineers' coaches and RIV registered, which is in a separate section towards the end. Format on that one is slightly different, so that is kept separate. And we'll also have other engineers' wagons, for example, match wagons located on the Docklands Light Railway, and exported stock as well. 4.2 private owner wagons remains the same, albeit updated to this year. The extant section has been updated, and Chorus Scunthorpe Steelworks stock is in the back of section 4.2. 4.3 again remains the same. Air brake wagons, as you can see here, kept up to date and made sure that the information is as accurate as possible. Extant stock at the back, along with internal users, air braked. RIV stock, UIC International Wagons, here listed along with the updates of the new wagons coming into the UK as best as possible. 4.5 preserved wagons, very difficult to keep updated, but I have tried my very best. If you do spot any updates that I've missed, please let me know via the website. Taking one example here, DB 992932, 24 tonne 4-wheel steel hopper. Also, derivative subclass is Dogfish, location Dean Forest Railways. A lot of them do carry notes, for example, converted to riding van, or it's a southern region body only, or heavily rusted. Moving on to the last section, 4.6, which is preserved engineers' wagons. Here you will find things like cranes and engineers' coaching stock that has been preserved also. So, taking a look at the final section. Army 9118 4-wheel personnel carrier built by Bagley Drewley at the Midland Railway Centre. And also looking here, ARDC 96704 76 tonne bogie diesel crane built by Cowan Sheldon, again at the Midland Railway Centre. The information has been updated. There was quite a number of omissions to this section. This has been updated to reflect that the book has been updated to this year, so you'll find that there may be quite a lot of stock that you didn't find in the previous year's book in this section, so please keep an eye out. Last section, chapter 5, is your reference. This contains your coach codes, owner and operator codes, region classification references, status codes, depot codes, and meanings. And finally, on the rear page, we have the National Wagon Preservation Group, which is something very close to my heart about preserving wagons, so please give them a look at www.nwpg.co.uk. And the rear cover is a photo of a photo charter at the Chasewater Railway, including the National Wagon Preservation Group wagons and the Chasewater Railway wagons as well. Lovely photograph. All photographs in the book are taken by myself with express permissions of the railways or companies depicted within. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you soon with any comments or seeing your order soon.